Hello. So, we are halfway through 2025, and I have not read as much as I want to, but I've read some things. So, we're gonna do all the books I've read in 2025 so far. So, first, I'm gonna give you the stats of all the books I've read. So, I've read 14 books so far. My goal was to read 50 books, so I'm going to catch up. So, yeah, there's a lot of books I haven't shared my thoughts yet, and I'm really excited to talk about them because some of them are a gem and I love them. So, let's first see. So, I read 14 books. Out of them, 14, 8 were fantasy. So, yeah, I'm reading a lot of fantasy. I love that genre. I'm surprised there is no science fiction. I was hoping that we would get science fiction, but unfortunately no. I need to read more science fiction. And there's two comics, just like a volume 1 and volume 2 of a comic. There's one horror novel, there's one speculative fiction, I guess. There are two contemporary fiction, and yeah, that's it. I DNF'd two book. So yeah, let's do the rating. So I gave most of the books 4 out of 5 stars. I gave two books 5 out of 5 stars. At the starting of January, the first book I finished it was like new release at the time, and it was a cozy fantasy, and the name is The Teller of Small Fortune by Julie Long. So that was a debut cozy fantasy novel, and I just wanted something cozy because I just had finished Stormlight in December. Stormlight book 3, Oathbringer, and I just wanted something to relax a little bit, so I picked up that one. And the funny thing is, I always associate whatever I'm reading to whatever I'm playing or played recently, just to like attach myself to that world, to that characters. And this reminded me a lot of Breath of the Wild, Legend of Zelda. And I have seen a lot of people compare this to Legend of Zelda, especially the terrain and especially the environment and the atmosphere. It's very Zelda-like. The mountains, it felt very Zelda-like, and I really enjoyed the setting of this book. So we follow this fortune teller who is going around this. She's kind of immigrated to this another land, and she's trying to make some money and do fortune telling, and she meets some other friends, some bandits who are not really bandits, and some other people, and they found a party, and they go in search for this one person who has lost his daughter, who is missing, and they go to find them. I enjoyed some of the characters. It was really cozy, a little too cozy, I guess, because there wasn't really a lot of stakes. I liked the main character, but other than that, I don't remember anything at all. So yeah, the memory is kind of fading of me for this book. And so for that, back then I think I gave it a three out of 5 stars, and I think it's a forgettable 3 out of 5 stars. But when I read it, I had a fun time. So that's the first book I read. Okay, next book I read. It's a really short book by the author of Divergent, Veronica Roth, and that is When Among Crows. So this is the first book in the, I think. So When Among Crows is about like Slavic, I guess, folklore about all the like creatures in here. So it's like an urban fantasy. So a lot of like Slavic, I guess, like Baba Yaga or like other like things, other like mythical creatures are present here in this, I think, Chicago or something. I don't remember the setting, but yeah, the great point of this is really short and it's really fast paced, and I loved every single second of it. It's so small, but it's so like action packed. It's so like doesn't hold like so fun. It's just, if you want to like just want a fun action packed fantasy, urban fantasy, I definitely read this one. I will highly recommend it. Funnily enough, the second book in this is coming out. I didn't even know that like a few months ago, but I think the second one is, I think, Razor something. I don't remember the name, but yeah, I'm really excited to see how, like, I guess that will be like also the episodic thing kind of. But yeah, it's a great one. Really loved it. Cannot wait to check out the second book when it comes out, and also read more Veronica Roth. Now, then I read 2 volumes of a comic book. I read Marvel's Annotated Volume 1 and Volume 2, and I just wanted to check out some Marvel stuff. I thought I enjoyed it. I'm not really really into comics, but I gave one first 2 volume a shot. I still have 2 volumes to read, but I don't think I'm failing reading a volume, a comic right now. Sometimes I do get the itch to check out some comics, but also to check out some manga. But yeah, they are not really my primary reading source or reading source for stories. I For manga, I rather watch an anime of it if it's good. So I gave those a 4 stars, just a throwaway 4 stars. And When Among Crows was also 4 stars, right? Then then I read the second book in the Swan Soldier saga or series, which is the What Feasts at Night. This is the second book in the T. Kingfisher horror series. So the first one was Who Moves the Dead or something. What Moves the Dead, and I love that one. It's such a good horror, science fiction book. But this one is kind of different. We follow the same main character. But the thing is, they go to their homeland, and there's some I don't want to really spoil it, but the first book has a justification of why this is happening, why this is going on. It's a little scientific, and that's easier for me to find it reality, or find it a little bit real. And I love that about the first book. But the second one, it becomes a horror book, I guess. There's a no proper explanation of why the particular monster or mystery is going on. So I was a little disappointed on that. But also, this is also a small book series. There's Every book is 120 or 200 pages. And the third one is also coming out around the same time when the Van Among Crows sequel also comes out. So I'm gonna read both of them. They're gonna be easy to start. They're gonna be easy 2 books to add to my whole challenge, and it's gonna be so much fun. And I need to read more T. Kingfisher. 2 books I've read, both were great, and T. Kingfisher has a lot of books. So yeah, I wanna check out more of their books. Okay, next. So I have a bookie jar, I would say, and I have right now I have only read one book from that jar, and I picked it around February, I guess. So I got Lies of Locke Lamora, and I read it throughout the whole month, really savoring it, really enjoying it. And yeah, I think this is at the time I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars, but I'm gonna bump it to 4.5 stars because I'm still thinking about Locke and John, and basically those two, because those two are the only really memorable character, I guess. And also the villain, the Rat King or King something like that. That was also really memorable, and I really enjoyed the banter, especially the banter, the whole the vibe of this book was really fun, and the heist setting, and it's just Locke is a really fun person to follow. Also, so we are trying to do an heist. We are trying to do some tasks which are really hard to do. We are trying to con someone. They are trying to con someone, and every single time that's happening, I'm so tense that please do not go something horribly wrong, because I cannot take this characters losing or dying or something like that. And yeah, this is a very tense book, but also a really fun book. And I get sudden itch to continue with the series. I do not have the second book, unfortunately, in my physical, so I'm gonna wait out, possibly buy it, or if I find it on a sale, or probably read it whenever I really want to read it. But yeah, Lies of Locke Lamora was great. Funnily enough, I have only read 3 books from my physical TBR. Rest of them were on my Kindle. I should really prioritize my physical TBR, right? Okay, next, I read a speculative fiction. It's really popular. It's going really popular, and it's like a very original genre, I would say, and that is I Who Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Harpman. So this is a really I would say science fiction, but like a talk about what humanity is from a standalone perspective, from you know how human you can be if you are the only person left in this world, or if you are the only person who is alive, or who has no generation left for them. And it's asked questions like that. I did feel it was really strong at like the 50 pages. Then it kind of got repetitive, because our main character is like a teenager who is stuck in this bunker with other women, and they are being monitored in like a military facility, and they're being strictly monitored by this group of soldiers. And yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. But the main teenage character, she is kind of stuck in this, like, so we only follow her only mind. And my only annoying thing about that book was that she keeps thinking that I'm never gonna do that again. I'm never gonna do that, be able to experience this of the all the other people did before me, and stuff like that. I get it, but it's not it's a very unhealthy thing, and I used to do that a lot. I have done better right now, but but that stuff really got to me. Like, please stop thinking about the same thing, about your same problems over and over and over again. It's annoying. Yeah. So, but overall, I still really liked the all the like message of this book, and I would give it a 4 or 4.25 out of 5 stars. Really memorable book, really like short, and like says a lot about dystopia and humanity. Okay, next. So I read The Doll Makers by Lynn Buchanan. So Doll Makers is it was came out, I think, last year in like October or something like that. And yeah, this has been recommended to me, not to me, but like I saw Brandon Sanderson gave it a 5 stars. So yeah, I was excited to check it out. This has been marketed as Ghibli fantasy kind of. I don't necessarily think so. I think the set pieces and the atmosphere is very Ghibli like, but it has it's, I would say the closest thing I could think of it is, if like, it's like Princess Mononoke x Pinocchio. That's the my pitch of this novel. So we follow this character who is a doll maker in this world. Doll makers have the ability to make a doll out of a wood or something, shape them, and they can use this like mark or like a spell kind of thing to mark them, and they become alive. And dolls are used to fight with this like, I would say it's this. Remember the creature in Princess Mononoke at the start, the goop monster or whatever, I don't remember the name. It's definitely, it's like something like that, or like something from Spirited Away, which like eats the enemies and grows out limbs and the parts of that enemy in itself, like a goop monster, I guess. So so those are the enemies, and the dolls fight them, right? So that's the simple premise. And this book got really good at the end. I loved the ending and the whole ending sequence of that was great. I loved it. And opening sequence, I loved it. It was fun getting to know the magic system of the world, and I'm excited to read more books in this world. And I think the author is gonna write more, not a direct sequel, but in the same world, because there were some interesting like main characters and side characters in this book, which I guess is gonna be like prevalent in other books. Some of the characters. And yeah, I'm really excited to read more of these books, more of Lynn's book. And yeah, Doll Makers was great. I would the only like I would say is that the main character is kind of insufferable. I know that's a really like common thing to say about this doll maker, this book, but I don't mind that. I don't mind. The only thing I did not like about the main character is how horrible she is to some of the characters who do not deserve to be like to do not deserve to have that done to them, right? Even like it's just so horrible, like some of the stuff she did to some of the characters. I just didn't like that. And yeah, she's like very like confident in her ability, and she kind of like I would say demands authority and respect, and I get it. I'm really fine with it, but that one character, what she did to her, and I really related that with that other character, which is a very significant character, and what she did is it was just like so horrible. Like I really hated her at that moment, but I don't want to spoil a lot. But yeah, that was my like peeve or like my problem with that main character. But overall, I really enjoyed the book. At the time I was playing Lies of P, and Lies of P is not it's very dark as compared to Doll Makers. Doll Makers is also dark, but I really imagine the main character's doll. I don't remember his name. I think his name was something. He really reminded he really reminded me of P or Lies of P. I don't remember the name of Lies of P main character either, who looks like Timothy Chalamet, right? So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'm talking a lot about this book. So I gave it a 4.25. I'm really excited to read more of this book. There's also like great illustration in that book. So please check that book out. It's good. Next book, I give it a 5 out of 5 stars. Really loved it. It started one of it's one of those book series that I'm really excited to finish and read and devour. And it's Jade City. First book is the whole Greenbone saga. So first book is by Fonda Lee. I'm currently like in my schedule to read Jade War, the second book. Really excited for it. So what is this book about? So we have Jade. Jade is a powerful like mineral who some like genetically like compatible people can use, and these two family have those people, and they control this jade in this country, and we follow conflicts between these two countries, and also the political aspect and the economical aspect of jade, and how the trading works. It's just so well fleshed out. The characters are great, the political intrigue, and all the like the trade wars and the all the governmental aspect. It's just all so great. uh, and I really enjoyed it. I cannot wait for the second book. Some big things are gonna happen, and yeah, it's just so good. No, like the hype is real for this book, I guess. So that's a full on 5 out of 5 stars. Okay, so this book is really popular in Goodreads. I think it's one of the most read Goodreads books of 2025. So it's a new release, and I'm talking about Wild Dark Shores by Charlotte McGonaghy. So this is, I think, the Australian author, if I'm right. One thing this book has going for is great atmosphere. This book has such a great atmosphere. Oh my god, I'm just getting goosebumps thinking about that. This is a very, I don't. It's a mashup of genres. It's like a romance, mystery, thriller, environmental preservation kind of book. So we follow this family who lives in this remote island which has a seed bank, and they are like the keepers of seed bank. And this woman washes ashore in like a shipwreck, and she kind of meets this family, and then the mystery and the thriller happens, and they become close to each other. Sometimes they become enemies, they find enemies, and all the stuff happens. But I really liked the found family aspect. I really liked the just the environment of like of this preservation of seed of this whole island being getting submerged into the water slowly, so they have to leave and they're preparing to leave. And it's just so good, and all the characters were so good. and it's just and it's making me emotional thinking about it. I really loved this book. What I'm reading was just so good, and I'm out of words. It's such a good book. It's just if this is kind of book I have never read this kind of genre, and yeah, for me this is the first time of reading like something environmental, or even reading something like mystery thriller. It's not really a mystery thriller, it's its own genre, I guess. But yeah, the writing is beautiful. It's just my review, one word review for this in Goodreads is beautiful with a heartbreak emoji, because that's it. That's the like my review. I'm giving it a 4.5, but in my heart I think it's a 5 out of 5 stars, I think. But technically, like, I it just the ending kind of left me devastated, I guess. So I gave it a 4.5 stars. But it's a 5. It's a 5. Let's say it's a 5. I don't care. We had 3 5 stars. It's gonna make a top. It's definitely gonna make a top 10 list end of the year. So we have only 4 books left to finish half of the 2025 books. So after Wild Dark Shore, I read another 5 out of 5 stars. Yes, it's another fantasy book. So this is a new release. This is a release of a new series, and the first book is called The Raven Scholar. It's a it's a really fun book. It's a really fun book. I really love this book. It's so good. Nima, I love Nima. I love Kane. It's just so good. I have really fallen in love with all these characters. I love the fix yourself. Okay, so we follow Nima, who is the main king like scholar who has been tasked to like conduct this tournament to make the new king, to crown a new king. New king has to come out so there are like factions. There are like Raven factions, Bear faction, Dragon faction, and this faction, they select one contender, and they fight, and they do some like tasks and tournament, and if they win, they get a crown. That's the simple premise. But what happens? One of the contenders is murdered, and Nima has to find out who murdered them, and that's the premise. My favorite, it's just the whole thing is so good. The whole book is so good. The ravens are like my favorite. It's so funny. It's so like it's also dark, but it's also funny at sometimes. I really love the jokes. I really love the Nima's banter with Kane, with Soul, with Bearson, with everyone. It's just such, and every single banter feels unique. Every single banter feels like well realized and well like written. It was just, I think this is one of the best fantasy books of 2025. Best fantasy book I have read, I guess. It's it's so good. I cannot wait to read the second book. Second book is gonna be different, I guess. It's not gonna be murder mystery. I don't think it's gonna be murder mystery, but we are gonna follow the aftermath of whatever happened, because a lot of big stuff happened. Just like I'm not even gonna tell, but yeah, and this also has second person perspective about ravens and like other like mythical gods creature, and I think it kind of works. And so I'm not really familiar with the second person, first person, third person switching, but I think it was easier for me because this book does it well, I guess. One thing I really love about this book, last thing, I'm gonna swear I'm gonna move on, but so I would describe this book as like a murder mystery disguised, I would say it's a very epic big fantasy disguised as a murder mystery. But what happens is that sometimes there's like a swelling of, oh, we are gonna get a big lore, and there's something big in a fantastical world bending kind of way is going to happen, and it just gets pushed down, and we again believe that, is it real? What the world building they're talking about, is it real? Is it not? And then it happens again, and we again question that what we are made to believe of this world, is it real or is it not real? And I really love that whole speculation about oh god, is this really happening? And then we go and that's, oh, it's not like that. But then we see it's like that, and that's just, that was really interesting thing, or like type of fantasy I've never read, and I really enjoyed that. At start I gave it a 4.75, but just it's it's just 0.25 difference. I'm gonna give it a 5. I like after like reading and like really thinking about it for like 2 or 3 weeks, it's just a 5 star. Again, then after that I read The Rise of the Ranger. It's also a start of a series. It's a, I would say it's a light fantasy. It's not really light. It's a big fantasy book series, but I thought that it was very similar. It's like very classic, very similar. I do enjoyed some of the characters. But the plot was really basic. I would say this book is very basic. It's a 3.5 out of 5 stars. A basic fantasy book. Maybe I will read the sequel and like it, but not anytime soon. That's it. Then I read Small Gods by Terry Pratchett. This is the third book on my physical TBR that I've read. Really good, doing really good with that. Yeah, so this is the first Discworld book. I recently talked about it in my last video, which I'm gonna be uploading. It's not uploaded yet, but yeah, this is about small gods. This is about one of the small god who meets his disciple, his I would say his believer, and they both try to communicate with each other, and there's like a false godhood going on. People believe the right god, but believe in the teachings of the wrong people about the right god. And it's just all that talk about religion, about belief. And again, it the things it talks about are really interesting, and I really enjoyed it, but I don't think it has a great plot or some great characters, except Brother. I like Brother and Om. They are the great, they are the only main two characters, and I like them enough. But there are also some times where I dozed off because nothing really interesting was happening. But it does talks a lot of interesting things about religion and gods. And yeah, I'm glad I read it. This is my first Discworld book, and probably not gonna be my last. I'm really excited to check out more of Discworld. So I read The Wedding People by Alison Espach. That was the last book I read in June, and yeah, this book was great. I really enjoyed it. We follow Phoebe, who is just trying is have a very bad had lived a very bad life. She's just going through divorce, and she goes to this hotel and to relax a little bit, relax for a long time. And she suddenly meets a lot of wedding people and kind of makes friends. And I really enjoyed it. This has some great moments, some of like very heartwarming, life affirming moments, but it also has lull points. There's a lot of monologuing. There's a lot of backstories which I don't think I need to know about again and again. And it's just, yeah, I thought the ending was also lackluster, but overall I enjoyed it. I would recommend it if you just want something to read as like a palate cleanser, but do be like know about some of the trigger. Basically the main trigger is, I don't want to say, but you can look it up. It's only one trigger, one or two triggers, like and yeah, I get that this book is really not my demographic. I guess like maybe like I don't think I will relate to with some of the stuff Phoebe goes through, especially the childrenhood stuff like that. But other than that, I really enjoyed the character. I really enjoyed really related with Phoebe's depression and stuff like that. Yeah, I had a fun time. I get why it is really popular. And yeah, I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. Talking about some DNFs, so I DNF'd 2 books. I DNF'd these two. I DNF'd Never Let Me Go, and I DNF'd Watchmen. Watchmen is not a hard DNF, but Never Let Me Go is, I guess. I really didn't enjoy the first 100 pages of this, and I couldn't bear to read more. It was just yeah, it's this is like a type of book where I really have to fell in love with the characters, and I just wasn't, so I wasn't gonna torture myself and read more of it, even if people say this is one of the greatest books ever written. That's just it. And Watchmen was just too gory and just too not my vibe right now. And those are all the 14 books I've read this year, and yeah, my two favorites were The Raven Scholar and Jade City, and also Wild Dark Shore. Those are the three books, three gems I've read, and I would definitely recommend reading those three or some of the other books I've recommended, or the some of the other books I've read. And yeah, I hope you like. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Please like and subscribe, and tell me what's the favorite book you have read this year. I would love to know. Give me recommendations. Take my recommendations. It's a give and take. And I love you. And bye bye. See you later.